Well, ladies and gentlemen, can I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and remind everyone that the land we're on today was, is and always will be Aboriginal land. Could I particularly acknowledge Brad Crossman and the executive of the Friends of Barara Valley for putting on not only this wonderful day, but for all the work they continue to do to advocate for our local environment. This group, the Friends of Barara Valley, was started in 1993 officially, and some great people decided that they needed to stand up and speak out for our natural environment. And a few of them are here in the room today, and I just want to acknowledge Ken Fox up the back. Ken, thank you for your dedication and commitment to our environment over so many years. And Ray Roston, I don't know where Ray is, but Ray is a giant of the environment movement, not just in the Hornsby Shire, but right across the state. And her wonderful husband Noel were some of the first people that I met as the new member for Hornsby in 2011. And along with Bob and Annette Saltz, some great icons in our local community, they put the hard word on a new young local member and said the number one issue is upgrading the status of the Barara Valley Regional Park to turn it into a national park. And that was a challenge I took on, and together as a community, we were able to do that and afford our local national park the highest level of environmental protections that is possible under law, which means that it can never be developed, it can never be logged, and it can never be used for commercial gain. And that is something that is the legacy of the Friends of the Barara Valley. And I think, I'm sorry, is that me? I didn't do it. Maybe if I just turn it off and I'll... Can everyone hear me if I just speak like this? I just wanted to say finally one thing. The example of Kean, Ray, Brad and all the people involved in the Friends of Barara Valley is exactly the kind of commitment that's needed if we're going to make sure that we not only protect our local environment, but we're going to protect our national environment and the planet's environment. Because the great changes that have occurred, that have been led to a better country and a better society, have come about because good people stood up and spoke out. They got involved in community groups like this because they cared about their community and they wanted to make it better. And so too, do we all need to continue to stand up and speak out when it comes to our environment. Because God knows there are plenty of vested interests that will speak up for development. There are plenty of vested interests that will speak up for profit. But there are very few vested interests that will speak up to ensuring that we hand our planet to our kids better than we found it. And I believe that there is a contract between the generations, a contract between the past, the present, and the future. So I think we have an obligation to protect what we've got for today. But I think more importantly, as I look at some of the younger members of the Friends of the Barara Valley in the front row, we've all got a responsibility to hand our planet to them better than we found it tomorrow. That's what each of you being here is doing. It's about educating the community. It's about getting involved. It's about speaking up in council. It's about lobbying local members of parliament like me. And it's about exercising your vote at the ballot box. And you need to look for candidates that are prepared to stand up for the environment. It doesn't matter what your politics are. You need to make sure that all the political parties are putting forward the best policies and that we have an auction to get the best results for our environment. That's what I want to see. As I was saying before, every generation has had to stand up to meet the challenges of their times. My grandparents' generation, represented by some of you in this room here today, went off to war to fight fascism and tyranny, to stand up for our democratic and free way of life. Australia's a great country because of those sacrifices. My parents' generation, they fought for the right to determine what they could do with their bodies. They fought for greater civil rights and greater Indigenous rights, and we have a long way to go on that front, let me tell you. My belief is that it's time now for our generation to stand up. Our generation to stand up and tackle the big social challenges of our time. And for me, one of the biggest challenges that we've got to tackle is how do we protect our planet and hand it on to the next generation in a way that lifts our living standards, raises the prosperity for everyone in our country and around the world. And that's why we need to take action on climate change. Protecting our biodiversity is a big way that we can do that. But so too is lowering our emissions. That's why I was really proud to advocate that we're going to transition away from coal-fired power to renewables. Not just because it's the right thing to do for our planet, but it's going to lower our household bills and give us a competitive advantage in a world that is fast moving to a low-carbon future. That's just one of the issues of our time. We also need to tackle other social issues, like ensuring that women in our community are able to participate fully in our economy, just as their male counterparts have been able to do for generations. These are the big social challenges that if we tackle, if we can take on, we'll not only leave a better planet behind, we'll leave a more prosperous planet with high living standards for everyone. And that's what we collectively should be able to work towards. So I'm so proud to be involved with the Friends of Morawa Valley, because I know that for now 3 decades, this group has been at the forefront of bringing about the social change that our community wants to see and that our nation needs to see. So thank you for what you have done. Thank you for what you continue to do, because there is nothing less at stake in the future that we're going to hand these guys in the front row and those that are yet to come. And I think that is something definitely that's worth fighting for. So thank you very much. Congratulations on this outstanding day, bringing together people across our community to learn about our natural local environment and to invest in our broader environment to ensure that Australia remains the best place to live, to work and to raise a family. Thank you very much.